All right. So where are we at now? Run me through it.
Okay, so only been in the program for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Started off with the whole video marketing, be present, yada, 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 yada.
Mm-hmm.
2 days ago, I put up a post and did a video on fear of judgment, and somehow that got more traction than anything to do with me saying being visible in the business
Okay.
and video content. So I'm like, okay, something's got to shift here. Otherwise, I'm going to miss out on opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
So I've reached out to you, and I'm not very good with writing things out. So I've just sent you a heap of audios and said, Scott, I feel like something's shifting. People are either responding to it's just a video, a photo, and going right on. Yep. And I'm feeling insensitive because I'm very, very intuitive that people are scared to be their authentic selves in their business. So they're like you said, monkey see, monkey do kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, that looks good. I might do that. That's going to give me the same outcome.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not really connected and aligned to who they really are and being their true authentic selves in their business. Now, I know I feel like I'm rattling on,
Yep.
but it's where I'm at
Mm-hmm.
in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And having a business and doing monkey see, monkey do,
Mm-hmm.
and now going, you know what, this is not working for me because I'm suffocating who I am.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a problem for me because I can't be that. So I'm imagining and seeing that people are responding to those kind of texts, those posts.
Mm-hmm.
I've got to go in deeper, and I've got to somehow extract this and create something that's tangible as well as transformative.
Mm-hmm. Can you see how far in the weeds you are?
Weeds.
Yeah, like getting caught in the weeds where it's just like everything's jumbled up and we can't we can't pull a niche out of it. We can't pull a solution.
I know. And I'm getting like, I did my breathing exercises this morning. It's not helping.
I've been here. Everybody does this. Even when you're launching a new product, people do this. So let's start from scratch.
Okay.
Let's summarize this in what's your current situation right now? Let's summarize.
What do you mean by current situation? Like what's happening in my life right now?
Take all of that jumbling around that's going on in your head and just give me a plain thing, like what's happening. What's the current situation you're in?
Oh, Scott, my God. My current situation right now is I got myself out of a lease in 4 days, broke my lease in 4 days, and I'm leaving where I am now to go to another state.
Mm-hmm. What about in your business though?
That's my problem. Like, there is no business because I'm in a schmozzle right now of maneuvering myself. So I'm in fear mode at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have this passion to help people who I have a few clients at the moment. And they're like, yeah, you're doing so amazing. Like, thank you for helping me. And I'm like, I haven't helped you yet. I haven't started.
Right. Got it.
Yeah.
Let's go from the start with where you wanted to start and what you're noticing now. Like, what's making you doubt the whole, Scott, this is where I started. This is what I thought people wanted, but I'm realizing this is happening. What happened in between that time?
Okay, so what happened in between that time is I felt like I was so pushing and pushing and pushing to speak about something that I'm passionate about, but I'm not fully passionate about.
Mm-hmm.
And I kept putting up, how do I explain this? Like, I'm trying to be this person. I'm trying to be like, I am this, I'm that, but really what I am is this. Mm-hmm. And what I find is that when people, once they start to come to work with me, then they see that real side of me. Oh my God, she's actually this. She's really intuitive. She knows exactly how to extract these gifts and talents out of me and create my business that is actually who I am. Mm-hmm. Not all of this, and I'm just going to say it, marketing fangangly stuff and do this and do that. Mm-hmm. That I'm wearing a facade.
Okay.
I am.
What are you trying to help people do? What's the niche that we've thought of?
We are trying to help people overcome their fear of being the true face and true voice of their business to sell their services. Mm-hmm. That's what it is. For me, that's what I feel it is. Mm-hmm. I could be explaining it totally off the mark, but...
So what's the problem these people are having?
The problem is that they are in a place where they're confused. They jump from one thing to another. They jump from one message to another. They don't go deep in enough to actually have that clarity, which creates the confidence, which then gives them the commitment, which creates consistency. So it's unbalanced.
Mm-hmm. And what are you helping them do?
That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm helping them come back into alignment with what their true message is, what their services are, which pertains to their true message, which is okay. See, this is where I'm getting too deep.
Mm-hmm.
Too deep.
Do you want me to tell you why?
Because I'm stuck.
Yeah, that too. But this whole authentic getting your message out there connection is garbage.
I know, and that's why I'm trying to get away from those words. And I'm like, this is not what I want to say. It's not.
Let me give it to you like this. What the fuck do these business owners need from you?
Fucking need fucking clarity.
Yeah. With what though? We can't come out and say, hey, I help business owners get clarity. What the fuck does that mean?
Exactly.
Where, when, why, who? What are they getting clarity on? What can you help these business owners do?
Get clarity on how to sell their services via their message. The way that they're showing up. They're not showing up as they're
why are they not showing up?
Because they're scared of judgment. They're scared of what people will say. They're scared of stupid people from 20 years ago saying, what do you think you're doing? That's happened to me. I lost all my friends through that situation. They're fearful of being looked down, ostracized, or just
get out of your situation. You're stuck. You're stuck defining their problem with your problem.
Yeah.
Step out of what's going on in your life and your business problems, because that's where we're at right now.
Yeah.
What do these people need?
They need help of how to be the true face of their business, to speak their ultimate. Fuck. Okay. Sorry about the F-bombs.
No. Passion. Thank you. So the people are stuck, and we're not there yet, but we're getting there. All that other stuff you said at the start, that's just jumbling.
I know.
Unconscious and conscious rabbling. It's normal because we've got to get out of the weeds. All right. So let's look at this. Let's see if we can join the dots here. So people are too scared to be the face of their business, which is causing what? What's the problem they're having by not doing this thing?
They're not getting any money. They're not
so not making money. All right.
I hate saying that word, money. What is my problem?
Not making
any money.
But you see how we can join the dots. What happens like when we conclude all this stuff is we get so tied in the weeds and we get so lost in our own problems, we conclude the wrong things.
Yes. Please help me simplify my life.
All right. So people, let's just see if we can clarify this. We're not there yet. We'll still dig deeper on this. People are not receiving money in their business, not having success in their business because they're not showing up, and they're too fearful that if they start talking about wanting to help people, people will ostracize them. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What are you going to give them to allow them to get past that? What do you have?
What's the
solution?
Well, I'm going to take them through the process of how to restart, oh, Jesus. See, because I'm too out there in my thinking. Okay.
The solution we give people has to be tangible. Like,
yes,
they're about to pay you $5,000 for this.
Yeah, I know. They can't be all like in my head stuff.
Exactly. At the end, if they look at it and go, wow, I paid $5,000 and I don't know what I got, and Daniela just keeps saying, trust me, it's there, people are going to want refunds.
No, that's not how I've lived my life. I have a rigorous schedule. I have, a discipline that I have lived by through what I do, through my mindset. There's activities, there's things that I do that have helped me get to where I am. Mm-hmm. And I know that doesn't sound like it's a lot at the moment, but it's a matter of me even believing in me at the moment, Scott. So there's my blockage.
Mm-hmm. How did I teach this until you've mastered it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because,
and then I feel like I'm not a master of anything now. I can't even pick anything that I'm a master of then.
Yep. This is where everybody gets to. And this is the reason why products and services don't sell. It's like someone in my position coming out and saying, hey, I can help you get 5 strategy calls per week with my organic marketing system, but they can't get 5 calls themselves.
Exactly.
Okay. So let's look at what you do have. Because mindset will just be part of it, but mindset's been
confidence
done a million fucking times.
No, I don't want to go down that route.
Okay. Look at your background.
It's huge. Huge background.
Mm-hmm.
Just absolute.
So how can we take the skills you already have and turn this into helping people get to an outcome by what you can teach them?
Okay, so this is my thing. I always think that what I have is not of any value because this has been ingrained in me since I was 10, so I don't know any different. So I'm just like, as if anyone's going to want to know what I did to get to where I am. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me.
And that's the same problem everybody has, but this is what makes an expert. An expert can't really define what they do because it's so unconscious to them. It just happens.
Yes.
But these are the expert traits that people need to get their own results.
Okay.
So we started with, when we first started, you were saying something along the lines of, I can help people create better video content that's going to speak to their market.
Yes. Yes, I know clients. I can do that. Yep. Yep.
So what's wrong with that? This whole thing on the side of this judgment thing is just a byproduct of getting to that place. So here's what's going to happen.
It is.
Teach people to get in front of the camera.
Oh,
be able to speak to their market. They're going to be able to get clients. And then they're going to say, oh, Daniela, I'm really scared to do that. Now you've got to teach them this thing as well.
Yes.
It's why if you look at the 100K coaching program, you notice I don't just teach one thing.
No, teach everything.
It's everything, because everything is concluded together. It's like a spider web. It all joins. Yeah, because
I as soon as like I'm doing your program, I see one thing, I get through one thing, and then another thing comes and I go, oh shit, I didn't know I had to deal with this too.
Mm-hmm. So it's I've foreseen what I know you guys are going to come up against, and this is what makes an incredible program. This is the same thing we have to do for yours.
I agree with that.
If we just come at this and say, oh, I'm just going to teach mindset. No. You go to Udemy and pay for a $10 course.
No. This is more than that. It's all about being visible online, but people have these massive mental blockages to what people are going to think when they start to speak.
Thank you. And I just whacked my microphone. I got really excited then.
Was that your little your true blue one?
Yeah, that's my Blue Yeti microphone. Do you see what we did there?
Which reminds me of Barbra Streisand, I think, Betty. Anyway.
Do you see what we did there? Connected everything together.
Oh,
so here's what we're sort of seeing.
Okay.
The solution people are looking for is people are in a business.
Yes.
And they're told to do Facebook Lives and video content and show up in their market and be seen as the expert.
Yes.
Okay. That's what they want. And that's what they know they need to do. However, they're too scared to do this.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
So you come in, you show them how to get over this fear, and at the same time, show them how to turn their content into paying clients, because that's what you're an expert in, because you grew up with that background.
Yes. 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 Yes.
You see how that all works together? This whole thing where you've got derailed is you've looked at some good comments, you've found some real pain with this whole I'm fearful, I can't show up. And then you've taken your whole business model and said, well, that's it. That's just part of it.
Yep, you're right. You're right.
Because at the end of mindset, what happens? People have a better mindset and then they go to do a video and it doesn't convert.
No, because they haven't got the right content. They haven't got the right approach. They don't have a good message. They're not clear. They're not committed. They're not consistent. So how the heck they're going to have anything come out?
So you see how those two things need to be taught. They work hand in hand.
Yes, I agree with that. Flip.
So you've noticed the pain as far as what these people really want, but we don't need to change the whole business model. That's just part of the thing.
Okay, so I'm starting to see the volcano underneath erupt of all the other little things that are coming up. Okay.
So looking at that, what can you teach people? Let's create a laundry list. What are the things you know that you can teach people?
about showing up in their business, their face is absolutely undeniably how to present themselves on camera, how to have a magnetic message, because that's what I've had to do as a songwriter. I was under pressure all the time. So creating content that is going to get people in the first 2 seconds, because people don't listen to a song for the first 3 seconds and they move on.
There you go.
Yeah, always been that way.
People don't know this.
Oh, right. Okay.
See, this is your expertise coming out. So if people are looking at this and they go, wow, I'm going to learn from an actual songwriter who won awards and has been on TV and in a girl group and stuff like this.
Absolutely.
This is your expertise, but it's so normal to you, we overlook it.
Yeah, I do overlook it because this is all I know. I don't know anything else.
And this is what people need, because there's a real
my brain,
problem.
How it functions.
Yeah. What else?
Yeah. Definitely consistency. So because I was put into positions where I had to learn things very quickly. So if I had to learn a show, I had to learn it in a day. And that was it could be a 2-hour show. So you had to learn it straight away. So my consistency levels, I push myself to over the limit, but it gets me results. So it's about showing up every single time and being on a kind of a rigid schedule, very rigid in that sense. So I can teach them how to organize their life, that they have balance, but at the same time that their business is running on a consistent level of commitment, because that I couldn't be where I am. I couldn't have awards and that if I wasn't committed to my consistency. No way.
So
wouldn't get anywhere.
Putting all this together, what's the end result these people have? How will they know? And remember, it doesn't have to be this whole life-changing, world-changing thing right at the start. It'll get to that point. Okay.
Well, they will absolutely have been able to build better relationships with ideal clients and put their services forward to those people and get sales.
There you go.
And I know, I'm scared saying that. What the frick is wrong with me?
It's because you haven't done it yet.
Yeah. I haven't done it in this way.
Tough. Yeah, of course, because you've been, most people think about it as like this. They say, well, I learned this really cool thing in my life and on my course, I'm just going to teach people that.
Yeah.
But it may not be the thing that people want. We know for a fact there are business owners out there that are scared shitless to show up in their business and be the face. We've already found that out with your content. People are telling you that's the problem. However, if we just teach them that stuff,
frozen.
It's not enough. But if they show up on a video after having done this mindset thing, they show up in a video, they can speak better on the video, they can show up, they can create sales at the end, they get some tangible result they can hold, and they look back on you and say, yes, I got a result from Daniella's program. Yeah. Yeah. It's not some out there, you know, you'll just feel connected or you'll feel better. It has to be more than that, especially when it comes to business.
No, you're right. And that's where I get a little bit like, I'm not guaranteeing that you're going to get like 100K freaking month or something, because I'm not there.
Yeah, and you won't right at the start. But over time, as you get proof for this, it'll start to turn that way. Like when we first started my program, it was just about getting your first client.
And that's what I
to start there.
I would say it's like getting your first client through showing up in your business. Yeah. And there are plenty of people like that.
Getting your first client by showing up in your business. And the way we do this is through video content. But as an addition, you'll teach them all this mindset stuff because it's an aggregate to getting to that point. It's a hurdle we've got to overcome. Yeah. Now, when you get your first client this way, you sort of have to follow the system you're about to teach people. Yeah. Okay. Like I get clients because I do organic outreach and I do Facebook Lives all the time.
Yeah, you're doing it.
I teach you guys to do it. I can only teach what I know.
Exactly.
So you've got to think of this system. You've got to think, okay, how can I attack my market with what I know to do? And once I get that first client, can I document how I got that client? Yes. And then you just repeat it over and over. And the same thing, the way you document it and the same way you got that first client is what you teach new people to get clients.
I agree.
And it only has to be like something small enough just to get some sort of result. It doesn't have to be this I can help you make $100,000 a month. That's too big. If you've never done it, people will call your bluff.
No, that's true.
So what is it? What are we doing? What's
true? So if I'm,
who are these people?
Yeah,
what are they?
This is the thing. Service-based online business, salespeople, real estate agents, people who have to be visible to sell their product or service, to create those relationships offline, online and offline, to get sales. That sounds a bit. Why am I so scared?
Because you haven't done it yet.
Yeah. I wasn't doing this before. I wasn't doing this at all. I was doing what you're saying, airy fairy stuff, step into your purpose, be the best version of yourself, and had a heap of people come through. And then I got bored of that. I was like, nah, can't do this anymore. So this is why I've pivoted, and I'm just like, whoa.
I mean, that stuff can be important, but was it bringing in enough income?
Not consistent income.
Of course, because the people you're attracting are broke.
They were.
They're into that sort of stuff. Like, I saw a Facebook, and it's not to, pull it down. It's just what it is, just what I've observed. I saw a Facebook post ad this morning that said, cleared up your mindset and your abundance and all this sort of stuff. And, there's hundreds and hundreds of comments, and all the comments were, I can't afford this right now. I'll have to do it in a couple of weeks. So you can see those people that love that stuff are struggling in their own life, and they've concluded the way out of this bad life is by doing this mindset thing. I'm not pulling it apart because somebody is really important, but you can see how the type of people that it's attracting those sort of people that are so stuck in their life, but they've just concluded in their mind that this is the way I'm going to get out of this, by another mindset thing, another thing here and another thing.
Yeah.
That's not going to pull them out, because you can get over the mindset, then what?
And they don't take any action. Well,
if you're going to make money in your life, how is just having a mindset good enough? You're going to have to maybe start a business. You're going to have to maybe learn how to sell. You're going to have to get a promotion at work.
That's right.
The mindset doesn't bring in the income. It's everything that happens after it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's why I would target business owners or people who've been in business for a period of time and know that technology has changed, and that being visible is number one the next decade. It is.
Yeah. And your focus
actually is. So,
of course,
if they don't jump on it now,
making the content, showing people how important it is, and through teaching this to people, you will acquire clients at the start. You'll get people coming in and paying for your services. Then we've got to sort of document, how did you get your first couple of clients? And then we start teaching that. That becomes your process. Yeah. It's just where the weeds get overtaken is, even when we clarify the niche and the solution, the next thing is like the roadblock. Everyone goes, well, how am I going to teach people that solution? You have to be able to do it yourself. Yeah. So your goal right now is just get your first fucking client.
Yeah.
Just the first one. And then the way you get that person is by using the same process you're about to sell to people. It's like business owners that say, I can help you grow your business organically to $100,000 a month. Organically mean no paid ads, but then they're running Facebook ads.
Oh my God, wrong.
So what are you doing? Can you teach me that? Or are you just trying to sell me this thing through ads, but you're going to teach me something totally different that doesn't work?
Yeah, and then tell me I got to buy ads.
Yeah, even though you told me I can do it for free without ads, but you're going to make me pay for ads. This happens all the time.
It does happen all the time.
People are sick of hearing it. So let me ask you again, what are you going to do? Who are you helping? What's the niche?
I'm helping business owners who are not the face of their business to have the confidence to get in front of the camera, to sell their content, to sell their services, and to build relationship and get clients.
Fucking boom. That's it.
That's it. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, the mindset stuff, that can be inclusive, because that'll be a separate thing, because like there are other people out there doing what you do. Let's not be naive. We realize this. However, they might not be teaching the mindset stuff.
Right.
Which means that if you start teaching that, instead of just giving people content that says, hey, jump in front of a camera, and the client says, oh, I'm too scared, and they say, oh, get over it, sort of like what I do. Get over and just do it, because that's a strategy in itself as well. But if you're starting to include mindset, you're starting to include these other things, you include your background as a singer and a songwriter,
Yes.
you talk about strategies nobody else knows about, you now become the face and the expert of your business. However, you have to show up in your business first.
Yes. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
And that's why I have to be,
Mm-hmm.
so I have to be, and I'm very pushy with myself, but consistent Facebook Lives, because that's what I do. I can't just do
you have to do them
once a month.
Yeah, you have to do them.
Yeah.
It's like someone coming out and saying, I can help you lose weight, but they're eating junk food every day. Maybe it can work, I don't know. But there is a perceived expertise and value in what you're doing. So if you're going to teach people video content, what's all the stuff you need to learn? What are other things people need to know? They want to know, how do I start a Facebook Live? What do I say? What's the title? What's the best camera? What's the best microphone? What's the best lighting? All of that, all this side beneficial stuff, you're going to have to teach them as well. So they get an all-round service. There's no questions left unanswered.
Yeah.
So now you have to become the expert in the technology, the cameras, the lighting, all of that stuff will have to become a part of it later. But keeping the main thing is, how can we do video, or how can you teach video content and to show up in the business that is going to result in a paying client? What's the system?
Yeah.
We need to map this out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because then there's no confusion, because when people say, what do you do? And say, well, here's the map. This is exactly what I teach. Right now, it's probably like, oh, sort of a bit of this, there's a bit of that. You know, if that doesn't work, we can do this instead. It's got to be clear.
Right. Okay.
And that's the system you need to use as well.
Yep.
You can't use all this other stuff and then get clients and then teach people this totally backwards thing that you're not using yourself, because it's not going to have results.
No, and this is the thing. I've had all that, like I think you'd spoken about this in one of your videos too, about having all of that equipment. I bought all of that stuff. It honestly didn't make a difference. Mm-hmm. And I've come from a background where you just did it. You get up and you do it. And you put everything else aside. And I this is what I'm trying to teach people, is that you showing up consistently and just putting it on, put on that video and start, will then create the momentum, which then brings you to, you know, growing your whatever you want to buy, all those extra things. It doesn't, doesn't make any difference.
Exactly. It's proving the point. And this can be one of your differentiation points, to say that we don't need all this camera stuff right at the start.
No.
What's more valuable is, what are you going to say? The rest of the stuff can come later.
Yeah.
But you can still teach that way later, because it's just an addition. And again, you'll be different than everybody else teaching this course, because as we talked about before,
it's creating the hook. So
yeah, it's creating this thing just to get people in front of the camera.
Yeah. 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 I agree. And it's like you said, I think it was I think one of your week 2 saying about, people just waffling and they're eating ice cream and going, hey, my day's doing this and I just want to tell you this amazing thing. And it's like, okay, you already lost me.
Exactly.
I've already scrolled past you. And people think that that's being authentic.
Exactly. This authentic thing has been taken so far out of context. It's ridiculous.
It's beyond, and it doesn't magnetize. It doesn't have a hook. It doesn't have any kind of creative implement to it, because as a songwriter, we're told there's a system, and if we don't follow a certain system, I mean, I know music is different now, but in my time, a system, people neurologically, this is how they function, is that they need to hear repetition in order for it to actually like go in. That's why we have songs that repeat themselves consistently. And that's what I'm working around in my head, how to put that into content for people.
Absolutely. And this is stuff that you do Facebook Lives about.
Yes.
Okay. But also looking like this, you can look at the content and the Facebook Lives that people are doing, and you can come out and say, hey, that's one way to do it, but these are the reasons why you're not getting clients by talking about your day and eating ice cream and jumping around on camera. That's not the reason we do Facebook Lives. Most people do these things just to show up because they say, I'm just going to be authentic. Absolutely. But it doesn't turn into sales. So now your content has to say, okay, that's one way to do it, but here's how you turn a Facebook Live into a sale. not just showing up. They're two different things.
Yeah.
Showing up does not mean you're going to get paid clients. There is no conclusion there that that's been linked together, and it shouldn't be.
No, you're right.
And these are all stuff you talk about. You've got to look at these things. You've got to look at all of this stuff objectively in the market, see what's going on, and say, okay, these people are doing Facebook Lives, but why doesn't anyone make a sale from?
Yeah, they're not creating a call to action at all.
That's right. They're just creating a Facebook Live for the sake of it. There's no map. There's no reason. There's no call to action. They think, because they've been told that if I just show up, people will buy me because I'm me. Fuck off.
Yeah, no.
People don't care about you. This whole authentic thing's been taken out. Authentic to me means helping people. Being authentic, you actually want to help people. Yeah. I don't want to see someone dancing on a Facebook Live. That's not going to intrigue me to go, wow, I wonder what this person can teach me jumping around on camera. That looks professional.
Well, automatically what that does is in our mind, it boxes you into a place of, oh, okay, they're really cool. Yeah. But I'd never really hire them or use their services for it. Even if they came out one day and said, hey, you know what? I'm actually a dance teacher and I could teach you lessons. Be like, yeah, but I remember you as that person coming up there and just doing weird shit all day long.
Yeah. Yeah. The conclusion is wrong. It's like,
it doesn't correlate anymore. Exactly.
You'll have someone dancing around on camera or sitting in their car saying, hey, just dropping my kids off at karate lessons. I thought I'd want to talk about, how to overcome procrastination in your life. And you might think, oh, this is a pretty cool subject. You go look at this person and you realize that they sell real estate. What has that got to do with the procrastination thing?
Nothing.
Everything has to do with everything that you're doing.
Absolutely agree with you on that.
So your goal is to now sort of attack in a way, in a positive way, what's happening with this social media thing, this Facebook Live thing, people just having no map. And then you can pull it back to what you used to do as a singer. And there's so many different directions you can take this, but the core of your message has to be, I can help you do this thing to get clients.
Yeah.
The mindset thing is just part of it.
To get clients.
Because if we go speak to business owners and we say, okay, we notice you're not doing Facebook Lives. Why don't you do them? What are they going to say? Don't know how. Don't know why.
Some say it's not even necessary.
Exactly. So you have to prove the point. Why is it necessary? I know it's fucking necessary.
Because you're not expanding your business growth. You're staying locally, and you think that everything's local, face to face. And this is what I've had here where I am. People are like, oh, I don't need to be online. I just do it. And I'm like, you know what? You're not expanding.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I had a lady I spoke to on the weekend said the same thing. She said, my business is not growing. And I said, who are you targeting? She said, my local area.
Ooh.
So, well, we have to go globally. And said, no, that's not the case. I think what it is, I need more mindset work.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Slap.
Yeah, she obviously didn't start the program, but that's just what's expected. Because this is what happens. We look at a problem in our business and we conclude that the problem is caused because of this thing that I'm guessing, which is I'm not making sales, I'm not getting clients, I'm not running my business. It must mean my mindset is bad because all these gurus yell mindset. But now you come in and say, hang on, it's not that. You're not even doing Facebook Lives. You don't even use the message.
Yeah.
You can't even take payments. You don't even have a niche. They go, no, that's not it. It's mindset. It's fucking mindset. No, it's not. And this is your job, Danielle, is to point this out to people so people slap themselves on the forehead and go, oh my God, I can't believe I missed that.
It's kind of interesting because I've got one guy at the moment who I'm working with and he's in sales and stuff and he's amazing. I look at his private profile and I go, all I see is crap. How does anyone know that you're actually into sales? Because I don't need to do that. I just need to go see people face to face. And I said, yeah, but if people want to see who you are and they don't see you speaking about what you do and what your message is and how you can help them, how will they ever know? What, they're going to just suddenly find you face to face somehow?
Exactly.
It's
people
weird.
Get caught in their head and they think they're so fucking awesome that the rest of the world needs to see them as awesome as well. Okay, and that's why people don't take a lot of action in their business. They don't do Facebook Lives. They just say, you'll hear this when you're speaking to people, Danielle, and this is a really good giveaway. People will say, my work speaks for itself.
Yes! I have so many.
Why doesn't your bank account speak for your services?
It doesn't have
nothing to do with it.
Any vocals, babe.
Yep, that's it. And here's the thing. If we dive deep into this, what's the reason they're not doing this stuff? They don't know how. They don't know why. They're scared. And this is where you come in and you pick these things apart. You get
Yeah.
inside your market's head where they go, how the fuck does she know that?
It's true. And there are so many businesses that I speak to people and I say, why are you not online on video? Oh, and I'm building my website first.
Exactly.
And then I'm going to go onto Facebook. I said, but people are not going to find your
exactly.
website.
Mm-hmm.
They need to find you online on Facebook first and
they need
show
to find
up.
you
I could
online.
never dare say
that. We have to shop and shop online.
Yeah.
And what's the easiest place to shop online? Facebook. What's the best way to speak to your market? What do people enjoy more? A post, a blog, or a Facebook Live? Probably a Facebook Live.
Live.
So we're pulling apart these conclusions that people have made. So when you're creating your content on your Facebook Live, it's like you've said, when you watch my program, there's some things you hear and you go, holy fuck, how does he know that? That hit me like a ton of bricks.
Yeah.
It's because I'm picking apart the things I know you guys have concluded. You need to do the same for your business owners specifically. They've concluded they don't need to do Facebook Lives. They've concluded the reason they don't need to do Facebook Lives is because they stay local. The reason they've chosen to stay local, if we dive down so deep into this, is it still comes to the place of, I don't know how, I don't know why. No one's ever proven to me that I need to do those things. Your job, Danielle, is to go out and do that. Show them why. To give them a new almost source of revenue by doing a live or content or just getting out there. That's the biggest problem with businesses. They're not visual enough. No one knows who they are.
No. And I always thought that, like, because I've always been a business owner, like as a singing teacher, had my own singing school. I've always been visual. I've always been up front. And I've found that that's the only way that I could get business is to be visible. Then I speak to other businesses and they're like hiding behind their logo or
exactly. It's your job to come out and do this. I point them out and say, this stuff doesn't matter. This logo website, this is ridiculous.
Thousands of dollars.
I'm going to show you how to create video content.
I've done it. I spent money on that.
Of course, everybody has. Your job's to come out and just give them something new, raw, and quick.
Yeah, it is
a result that happens quick by the least amount of effort. Remember we talked about that in the niche?
Yeah, less effort.
Less effort, bigger outcome. So let's say, for example, we get out and do this. And you're teaching them like a Facebook Live strategy or how to, create your profile, doing all the things that you're learning to do for yourself. And someone says, holy shit, I did one Facebook Live and I just made $5,000. You now have proof of concept. Yeah. And you take what thing that you just taught them and you just ratify this from client to client to client to client. And before long, your marketing goes from, I can help you, just an example, I can help you get one client with Facebook Lives. Let's say it starts there. Okay. 2 months later, now you're saying, hey, I can show you how to create $50,000 a month from doing 2 Facebook Lives a week.
Wow.
Do you see how, and it won't, I don't know if it will end there, but do you see how powerful we can make this?
I agree with that.
And then your services, your skill, your business just scales and scales and scales. So before long, people are going, how the fuck is her clients making $50,000 a month? They're only doing 2 Facebook Lives. How? I need to go speak to this girl. Rather than, I can teach you how to overcome your mindset. Fuck off. It's been done before.
Yeah, I'll go to the next Joe blog who cost me $10.
Exactly.
I don't want to pay $5,000. I'll pay $10.
So what is this long-term value thing that you can create that is not only worth the $5,000, but the way I look at creating services, how can I create a service that costs, let's say, even $1,000, but make it better than a $10,000 product?
10x it, always.
Okay. How can I create a $10,000 product that's better than a $100,000 mastermind?
Always.
You want to give your clients more than what they need. And you have to foresee these roadblocks people are going to come up against. But this happens over time. You won't start here. Believe me, if you start thinking about that, you'll get caught in the weeds again.
I can't. I've done that before, and I've been in coaching programs where they've done this and they've gone, yeah, you're going to make $30,000 a month. And then you're like freak pants out yourself because you're not even making $10, right?
Exactly. Yeah. It's always good to set goals high, but we've got to be really realistic.
Like, seriously, like you're going to like this spiral, no sleeps kind of thing. I think, you know what? Entry level, $1,200.
Exactly. Just get your first client.
Get a freaking client, and then that proves it, and then you can grow from there, which is what I believe anyway. So thank you.
What you need to do is find your proof of concept.
Yes.
What's the strategy mapped out step by step by step which if I apply exactly what Daniela says, it's going to reach the outcome she has promised me.
Mm-hmm.
So what does that look like? Is it like a Facebook Live? Is it the mindset put together? Is it the schedule? What are you going to teach? Now, with this, how are you going to deliver this? Are you thinking about doing this face-to-face? Are you going to make a program? What are you going to do?
It's all one-on-one over the Zoom.
Yep.
That's all I've ever done.
Yeah, and the good thing about this, you can document this and record it.
That's what I do.
Then once you've seen a couple of clients, we can then turn this into a program.
And turn it into a group program. I had one client 2 years ago who was never going to go in front of the camera. She was adamant, and I coached her for about a year, and I said to her, if you don't bite the bullet now, you'll never make any money at all. You've just invested all this money in me and you're not returning anything on your investment. And she goes, all right, what have I got to do? So I made her create a group. And I made her put in 20 people in that group. I was an admin of that group. I watched everything over that group, and I said, you're going to get in there and do a Facebook Live every day for a week. You're going to have a call to action. And she did it, and she got clients.
That's
and she
your proof of concept.
Yeah, she did it. And she honestly said, I never thought she was going red before, but she goes, I did it, and now I can see that what you're saying is true.
There you go. There's your proof of concept.
So I have kind of worked in that whole thing of being on a private page and then maneuver them over to create their own groups. And then they can be in there and service those people. And then they've created one-on-one clients. Or she's ended up doing group programs and whatever.
There you go.
For herself.
There you go.
Yeah. That was it.
It's always been there. As we said,
so
it's
we have been
right
there.
in front of your face. You want to map out, like look back.
Yeah, on a small scale, not big scale. I'm not saying that she made like $10,000.
It'll come big scale over time.
Yeah.
So look back over your past and think, okay, when I had coaching clients, how did I get them? What did I teach them to do to get a result? Map that out.
I know
what
exactly.
did I do as a singer-songwriter to get over my own procrastination, my own fear? Map that out and see if we can formulate just this map of ideas that turns into like a 1, 2, 3, 4-step system. People love it just in linear fashion.
Yeah. I know exactly what I did.
There you go. Write it down, and this is what you start selling.
Okay.
And we just have to put it together in this I help message, but don't get even.
It's a 4-week program. It's accelerated. It's in it.
There you go. 4 weeks.
Okay.
It'll take 2 Facebook, 2 Zoom calls a week with you, whatever it is.
Yep.
It'll cost $1,000. By the end of it, you'll have this result.
Yep.
Simple. Now it's your job to get in front of this camera, Facebook Lives, do the YouTube strategy. I've already taught you what that is. Follow through that. So now people can find you on YouTube and they see you're the expert. They see you on Facebook Live. But if your goal is around Facebook Lives and content, shit, man, you better be jumping in front of that camera every single day.
I know. That's my forte. Yeah.
Okay. You just want to overload these people. And like I said, you're now start going to groups, start getting business owners, just pull everybody you can towards you and just hit them with this powerful message that you have.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow, Scott. Thank
Pleasure. Does that make sense?
Thank you so much. I hope it's
if you get caught in the weeds again, it's because you're overthinking it.
And I'm not smoking weed.
Yeah. Let's clarify that on the call. We're not smoking it, but we get caught in it.
I am caught in it. I'm not smoking it, right?
Okay.
All right then.
Remember, let me just recap everything. We need who we're going to target, what our niche is, what is the solution in some sort of 1, 2, 3, 4-step formula, and what I'm about to teach people, I need to put in front. I need to do my own business so I can prove that it gets me clients. If it gets me clients, I can teach other people to do it too.
That's right.
That's it.
Excellent.
Questions?
No. I'm just going to listen to this recording 6 times.
Yeah, I'll send it over to you.
Yay.
I'll post it in the group if you're happy with that as well, because
it'll
help everybody else.
Yes.
But just keep things really simple. The reason we get caught in the weeds is because we're trying to overcomplicate a simple process. We forget what people need, and we forget why people hire coaches in the first place, just to get them from where they are now to a better future.
Yeah, and I think it's because we think that, we've got to have this kind of wording and that to make people want you, la, 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 la. And it's like, we don't know how to be simple anymore. We're just so complicated.
All that messaging does, like we need the marketing message, but what it does in an external type of way is it gives us a direction to head in.
Yes.
Do you have to have it on your Facebook? Yeah, it helps. Do you have it in your banner? Yeah, but that's not going to get you clients. The wording won't get you clients. It's what you do with this thing that's going to get you clients. It gives us a unconscious direction. The wording of it is good, but it's not. You can nail your marketing message and sit back and wait, won't do anything.
You're right.
The message just gives us such a clear direction. It allows people to see what we do and say, wow, this person helped me with this. That's awesome. But it gives us a clear direction for the action we need to take. Okay. And with the action you're going to take, we're then going to start looking for asymmetry, which means that what's the least amount of things Daniela can do per day that gets the biggest results. So if we find that Facebook Lives get you paying clients, but blog posts and podcasts and even YouTube doesn't work, we just ignore those things and we just do the Facebook Lives every day.
Yeah.
We double down on what works.
Okay, great. Yep.
Any questions?
Thank you. No, thank you very much.
Pleasure. If you do have any, let me know, but I'll pop this in the group and just re-listen to it. It'll be
Love
really
it.
clear.
All right. Thank you very much.
Awesome. See ya.
Okay, bye.